Hey everyone, so I recently did a live stream on Maddodge's YouTube channel. I put a link in the description and it'd be great if you checked it out. He was awesome for promoting my channel and inviting me on. I also had a really great time, really awesome conversation, and debate occurred, which actually brings me to my topic. One area that we briefly touched upon was privatizing fire departments. Now let me start off by saying that there may be disagreements among libertarians about privatizing fire departments, but I think I can say with a high degree of certainty that privatizing fire departments is extraordinarily low on our list of priorities. It is really not something that keeps libertarians up at night. But in a sort of philosophical sense, it's something libertarians shouldn't shy away from. But to start off, one thing that libertarians have to admit is that there are some private fire departments in the US, both past and present, that have exhibited some very questionable behavior. Whether it's standing around and watching a house burn down because the owners of the house didn't pay dues, or charging an astronomical amount for putting out a fire for someone that didn't pay. Although relatively rare, these events have occurred. But now that I've gotten that out of the way, I pose this simple question. For any private company, what would allow you to engage in such negative practices? Well, for starters, being surrounded by the government severely diminishing the possibility that any nearby competitors would make you think twice about watching a house burn. That would allow for that sort of behavior. You have to remember, private fire departments in the US are a little less of a legitimate private enterprise and a bit more along the lines of an institution that the government allows to exist, while either explicitly or implicitly disallowing others to exist. This gives leeway to that, quote, private institution to act in a way they otherwise wouldn't if there had been a true competitive market surrounding them. So what are some possibilities of a free market solution to this? Perhaps fire departments could strike deals with housing associations that own certain parcels of land. If you want to move into a block, you have to sign something that says although you're not forced to pay the fire department, if you're ever in need of their services, you'll have to pay the full amount of what you would have paid up until that point, plus something extra, and whatever that extra amount is could be negotiated. Perhaps fire departments could sell fire retardant materials or sprinkler installation systems to those who choose not to pay for their services. Perhaps it's within the realm of possibility that if there was true choice and competition, it would be in the best interest of privatized fire departments to not have the reputation and PR disaster of being seen standing around while a house burns down, or charging exorbitant amounts of money for someone that just lost their home. Perhaps the taxes people don't have to pay, they invest in making their homes a bit more fireproof. Perhaps the industry may look like the auto, rental, or natural disaster insurance industry. Like I said, there are 1,000,001 different ways it could possibly work, and that's the beauty of the free market. There is always someone out there that may think of something that you or I did not or could not think of. And to suggest without the strong arm of the government that society couldn't figure it out, well, I think that indicates a myopic view on the matter that although private industry is capable of great things, putting out a fire is next to impossible without the government. Thanks, and so long.